We're on a Christmas market river cruise on the Rhine. I'm Lynn Elmhirst, a travel journalist with a deep passion for sailing the high seas. Navigating timeless routes on a world that's 70% water, cruising may be the most authentic way to travel. Not to mention its spectacular scenery, fascinating ships, maritime traditions, and local people and cultures. Join me on the world's greatest cruises.
World's Greatest Cruises is made possible in part by the Journey community of travel advisors, local business owners with experience cruising and planning cruises. More information at journey.com/cruise.
Today on World's Greatest Cruises, we sail on a Christmas market river cruise northbound through 4 countries on the Rhine, from the river's origins in Switzerland, along the border of France into Germany, and onwards to the Netherlands, where it empties into the North Sea. A Rhine River cruise is the stuff of legend at any season, sailing past dozens of castles and steep riverbanks covered in vineyards that remind us of the Rhine's historic and cultural importance for over 2,000 years. No other river in the world has as many ancient and famous cities and cultural centers along its banks, making a Rhine River cruise at any time of the year a cultural odyssey. But this may be the most magical time to cruise the Rhine. This isn't just an ordinary Rhine River cruise. This is a Christmas market river cruise. Everything that's special about the Rhine plus more.
It is, to start with, a very special time of year in Europe, all in Christmas spirit.
So we go to a Christmas market in a different community, from Basel, Switzerland, to France, to Germany, to the Netherlands, and we visit a different Christmas market in big cities and small cities just about every day. Or twice a day, actually.
Even twice a day.
Even
exactly.
twice a day.
And we are, I would say, lucky on the Rhine that this part of Europe itself is quite into celebrating Christmas and into Christmas markets. Just walking out to the same cities that we see throughout the year in completely different layouts.
In new clothes.
In new clothes.
Right, they're all bedecked for Christmas.
It's really a more festive, more smiles on faces, in a sense, because everybody's happy about this time of the year. But also that is kind of transferred to our ship as well. The guests traveling with us and celebrating Christmas do have that additional spirit of festiveness and happiness of coming to this time of the year.
Our ship is the Viking Sigyn, one of a fleet of river cruise vessels that the cruise line calls long ships in honor of its Scandinavian family heritage. We're among fewer than 200 guests and over 50 crew members sailing on the Rhine through the heart of Europe in unmistakably Nordic style. Minimalist lines, pale woods, and rustic accents. The homey, warm touches make us feel cozy even as Northern European winter approaches. And for the Christmas season, the Viking Sigyn takes on a holiday atmosphere, enhancing the festive spirit we experience in all the towns along the Rhine, as we're dropped on the doorsteps of medieval towns and major cities, each with Christmas markets with their own character and regional specialties. Basel's the first navigable city near the headwaters of the Rhine in the Swiss Alps, so it's the southern terminus and jumping-off port for Rhine River cruises. We have plenty of time before sail away to discover Basel and its Christmas spirit. Christmas markets and Christmas market river cruises may be limited to the 4 weeks of Advent before Christmas, but Basel's Old Town is the home to Johann Vanner's Christmas house that for over half a century has been spreading Yuletide cheer year-round. Johann, Merry Christmas. Do you say Merry Christmas every day of the year?
Yes, we can do that because this is a special atmosphere here.
This is the largest maker and purveyor of handmade Christmas decorations in the world. In a society more and more dominated by mass-produced, disposable Christmas decor, these 5,000 square feet of hand-blown and hand-painted glass Christmas decorations have played a large role in preserving European artisanal traditions, skills, and art forms. It isn't just the scale of the store that astonishes, the scale of the ornaments is amazing too. From blown glass balls as big as my head, destined for enormous public Christmas tree installations, to smaller scale ornaments with incredible detail, right down to the spun glass filaments making up the tails on these birds, or Fabergé egg-inspired Christmas decorations that will make any holiday tree shine in any color of the rainbow, from the height of elegance to hilarious kitsch, from traditional and timeless to on-trend. Year-round collectors and Christmas lovers come to Johann for every imaginable style of Christmas tree decor.
I understand you've decorated some pretty famous places.
Yeah, we decorated for the Pope, for instance, on the Piazza San Pietro in Rome, 30 meters high tree.
Oh my.
This I got from the White House here because decorated the tree.
So in 2004, you decorated the White House.
And we decorate for many celebrities, but I like the little boy that buys here with his pocket money.
Seeing all of these precious decorations and families shopping reminds me of when ornaments were cherished treasures to be passed down from generation to generation. That's what's inspired Johann over the years too.
We have collected all these things here, family.
My mother had some like this. This looks very 1960s-ish.
And now my favorite, this one.
That is hilarious.
It's very kitschy.
It's very kitschy. Who is it? Is it?
But it touches my heart.
There you go. And this reminds me of my mother, so that one touches my heart.
Outside Johann Vanner's, at this time of the year, Christmas is everywhere in Basel. Its Christmas market's been voted the best in Europe, and unlike other cities that focus their Christmas markets on one town square, Basel spreads its Christmas cheer throughout town.
There's Christmas everywhere you turn in Basel. Around every corner, we're seeing Christmas trees and lights and markets and happy faces everywhere.
That's true. There is Christmas everywhere. And the Christmas markets are connected. And even around the church, there are stalls here, around 100 stalls in this area only.
You know, if you're going to visit Basel, Christmas is a very special time to do it.
Absolutely. And could you smell, walking through these stalls, you could smell yummy specialities that we eat around Christmas. We have a special sausage that is really famous in Switzerland, but for Basel. We call it Klöpfer. It's yummy. What we see over there.
And you call that a pyramid?
So you have candles.
Right.
They heat.
And it makes it spin.
Yeah, it makes it spin, exactly. And that's what it does. I mean, just looking at it, wow, in front of this beautiful church. Perfect, I would say.
Beautiful, it is.
But my favorite Basel Christmas market experience is the annual giant Basel Wish Book outside City Hall, where locals and visitors can leave special Christmas hopes of love and peace and fellowship for friends and family and the world.
On any Christmas market river cruise, you're surrounded by holiday festivities at every port of call. But here on Viking, the spirit of the season embraces you on board as well.
The Viking Sigyn has the cruise line's signature Scandinavian style, pale wood, rustic materials, homey Nordic accents, where holiday touches look right at home, snow or no snow falling along our route, and help us get into the festive spirit on board. Basel's where three countries converge, so almost as soon as we embark on the Rhine, we're already sailing into Germany. Our first port of call is at Breisach, near the town of Freiburg in Germany's legendary Black Forest. Freiburg's Christmas market's held in the shadow of the 380-foot spire of its landmark Gothic cathedral. The Christmas market's an extension of the year-round farmers market, which makes it feel very local and very authentically small town.
I've been here before, but not in the wintertime, and I've never seen the Christmas market. So that is something really special we get to see today.
This one, it's not so common that you have it on, that you can make candles yourself or color your candles yourself.
On a Christmas market.
You can only buy candles, but
not make them yourself.
So you dip it in.
I think that worked, yes?
It worked.
It's Christmassy, Christmas colors.
So,
yeah.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Bye.
On our way back to the ship, I circle round back to the produce stalls, selling Christmas boughs and greens and mistletoe and holly and seasonal blooms for residents of Freiburg to deck their homes for Advent. Makes me feel like a local to pick up a bouquet for myself to bring home to the Viking Sigyn.
Merry Christmas.
Well, guest services kindly provided me with a vase, and now my veranda stateroom feels not only Nordic, but also seasonal as the rest of the ship, and very much like a home away from home, which is something I love about river and smaller cruise ships. Daytime sailings in December may not be quite as green as other times of the year, but still help me feel connected to the Rhine River. The slow boat approach of river cruising provides perspective and scenery you just don't get from land. For over 100 miles, the Rhine River forms the border between Germany and France. Despite this very natural boundary, the Alsace region was part of many a violent tug-of-war over the centuries, and Strasbourg was in an historically strategic position. Its famous series of bridges and towers from the 1200s are still a reminder of its need for self-defense. Today, the city is very French, but with a composite of French and German culture. Our shore excursion to the Christmas market takes us to the historic core of Strasbourg, a World Heritage cityscape of cheerfully colored half-timbered houses lining the canals and waterways.
The Strasbourg Christmas market is one of the oldest in Europe. It's the oldest in France, and this is the only French Christmas market we're visiting on this river cruise.
Calling itself France's capital of Christmas, Strasbourg pulls out all the stops at its holiday market. The square is dominated by a 100-foot-tall Christmas tree, said to be the tallest decorated Christmas tree in Europe. Surrounding houses, shops, windows, and balconies contribute to the festive tone, as do hundreds of market stalls selling original arts and crafts and gifts. There's no doubt Strasbourg's over 500-year-old Christmas market has been influenced by neighboring Germany's traditions. But Strasbourg has put its own very uniquely French twist on the festivities.
The choucroute Alsacienne, so lots of sauerkraut, Alsace sausages, and piles of sauerkraut.
See? The Alsace stork, the symbol of Alsace, with little hearts, Christmas style. And celebrates Alsace's local traditions, symbols, tastes, and style. Even the mulled glühwein, found at German Christmas markets, gets its own spin here.
This is the white mulled wine of Alsace. Normally I don't love glühwein because it's red and I find it very sweet, but it's a very cold day and I think this will hit the spot. Oh, it's delicious. It's white wine, it's very citrusy, and it's very warming. Merry Christmas. It hits the spot, and it warms my hands too.
Our Rhine River route takes us pretty close to the glassblowing capital of Germany, and Viking invited a well-known artisan onto the ship to demonstrate hand-blowing glass for guests. So many treasures can be created by hand-blowing glass, including treasured Christmas ornaments. I had a chance to meet the maker and try my own hand at this delicate and actually rather dangerous art. Intense flame, incredibly fragile molten glass in the hands of a glass-blowing newbie like me, I was really worried I was going to, well, blow it.
Lynn, for you it's the first time to blow an ornament?
Absolutely,
All right.
the first time.
So we tried. So we work here with
Ooh, look at that.
we work here with propane gas. And with propane gas it's very difficult.
Ah,
Two important rules, Lynn, by
Yes.
glass blowing. No inhaling
no inhaling.
and don't bite on the glass.
That
Yes.
seems like a very good
Yes.
rule.
All right.
Okay, look
So,
at that.
Lynn, very careful, only a little bit. Take it in your mouth and blow, 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 a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay.
Oh, not so
Looks
good.
not bad. Looks not bad.
Not
All
bad.
right.
It's my
All right.
first time.
Yes.
Okay.
So now I'm heating up the point, Lynn,
Uh-huh.
And when the point is hot enough, I can rolling in some little pieces of colored glass.
Oh, okay.
That's
So we have
what-
some blue and
yes,
white
yes,
colored glass.
that's what I do next.
You knew those were my favorite colors, right?
All right, that's Bavaria colors, blue and white.
The
That's
Bavarian
colors
I see.
of my country. So now the glass is hot enough, then,
Okay.
and I go on the little
look at
pieces
that.
of colored glass. So now you blow a little bit in, oh yeah, a little bit more. All right, that's fine.
Oh.
Okay,
So so far I'm doing
so
okay?
the first part is okay. The first part. But now
It's gonna
comes
get
the
harder?
Yes, really.
How long have you been blowing glass rolls?
So this year, 44 years.
44 years.
Yes. All right.
Okay. Oh.
So blow in, not so much. No, blow. A little bit more. All right. Okay. No, stop. More. All right. Wow, Lynn, you are a great artist. Look at your ornament. Hey, is that great for the first time?
Thank you, really? Is that okay?
You're really fine. You make it
Thank
wonderful.
you so
make it
much.
wonderful.
Wow. And do you know what? My Christmas tree at home is blue and white. And it's like you knew.
I love these colors. Also.
I know. And it's very wintry. It's like ice and winter.
Yeah.
Ah. And I will hang it on my Christmas tree
Yes.
and think of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
At any time of the year, there's a section of the Rhine River that for me is pure magic. The middle line is also called the Romantic Rhine. That's because it's a 40-mile stretch of river with a castle almost every mile. If you can believe that, it's just castle after cliff covered with vineyards and quaint towns and villages along the river. It's not just that it feels like you're immersed in a fairy tale. For me, it also really shows that river cruising may be one of the most authentic ways to see the heart of Europe.
This stretch of the Rhine has a higher density of castles than any other river valley in the world. Even in December, I recommend bundling up and getting outdoors for the best seat in the house. Even though you could travel along the Middle Rhine by car or even train, land travel only gives you a view of the castles on the opposite bank at any one time. From the river, especially if you position yourself on the sun deck, you have a 360-degree view of both sides of the river, so you won't miss a thing. This is how, when these castles were built, they were really experienced by ships sailing up and down the Rhine. Each castle has its own story, but I still think my favorite remains Burg Pfalzgrafenstein, perched on stone right in the river, with a fanciful roof and, perfect for the holiday season, red trim on its white walls. While it looks charming, its purpose was deadly serious. In concert with the castle on the riverbank, they strung a chain across the river here to literally stop river traffic to extract tolls. It's stories like these that bring the history, not just the charm of the Rhine, to life. The architectural wonders of the Middle Rhine castles are top of mind as we join the ship's chef in the Aquavit lounge for some baking, and a local festive tradition that unites German fairy tales, Christmas spices, and festive treats.
Chef, when I first boarded the ship, the first thing I noticed was the Christmas vignette with all of the gingerbread, and it looked like it had been hand decorated.
It is.
And now I've learned it's the guests who help decorate the gingerbread houses. Is that something you do every year at Christmas?
Yes, of course. It's every time we have a Christmas cruises, we do that with our guests and we present what they've done. So let's try now.
Ginger-spiced cookies and baking date back hundreds of years in Europe, and fancy decorated gingerbread houses are said to have originated here in Germany, with the fairy tale Hansel and Gretel popularizing the confection in the early 1800s. Gingerbread houses quickly became associated with Christmas and spread throughout the world.
But you're doing very, very well.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, so now do we decorate the roof?
Yes.
Can I stop? I wasn't breathing that whole time. I need to take a breath.
My gingerbread decorating handiwork is no architectural masterpiece of a Rhine River castle, but nevertheless, festive mission accomplished.
Well, I feel very much in the Christmas spirit,
Yeah, I feel very much as well.
and I'm sure it makes guests feel very much like they're here at home on the Viking Sigyn. Yes, exactly. Well, I feel very much at home. I kind of am regretting we don't get to smash it and eat it, but
To be honest, we can do that.
can we?
Yes, we can. Let's go ahead. Yes.
You said smash it. What was I going to do? So 1, 2, 3. It's perfect. It's exactly what gingerbread should taste like. Cheers.
Cheers.
At the northern end of the Middle Rhine, Koblenz is where the Rhine and Moselle rivers converge. Founded over 2,000 years ago as a Roman military post, its name comes from the Latin for confluence, where the rivers meet. Our arrival gives us a great view of Koblenz's over-river cable car up to the fortress on the opposite riverbank, with all the illuminations brightening up the evening as we make our way to the Christmas market.
It's Saturday night in Koblenz, Germany. I'm so glad we have a late sail away from Koblenz tonight. That means we can visit the Christmas market at night.
For me, a big part of Christmas cheer is about twinkling lights, torches, candles, and fires in hearths that brighten the dark days of December. And night markets are when they shine brightest. It adds to the magic of the booths of handmade Christmas ornaments, traditional decorations and toys, seasonal and regional delicacies.
So little love notes on gingerbread for your loved ones at Christmas.
The Christmas market at night has all the same ingredients as the market by day, but also a dollop of extra, let's call it Christmas spirit, especially on the weekend.
Saturday night's the night when friends and family and more friends and more family all come together at the Christmas markets. Of course, there are all of the wonderful Christmas market things to purchase, but really, tonight's the night when Advent Christmas markets become festive street parties.
Onwards to our largest port of call, Cologne is the largest German city on the Rhine, but even here the Viking Sigyn's lucky enough to get a docking position right in the heart of the city, within walking distance of Old Town and Germany's most visited landmark. Reaching 515 feet into the skies, the cathedral's the tallest twin-spired church in the world. The enormous scale of the cathedral is matched by the historic Christmas market it towers over.
Right here in the square around the incredibly imposing Cologne Cathedral is one of the largest Christmas markets in Europe. If you haven't finished your Christmas shopping on your Christmas market river cruise yet, this will be where you can absolutely wrap it all up in a bow.
There are reportedly 150 stalls in the shadow of the cathedral. No German Christmas craft or treat, essential gift, sweet or savory indulgence, or classic festive market drink is missing. But leave yourself time to explore the other markets and festivities in the squares and streets between the cathedral and the Rhine. Each has its own character and features and specialties. Celebrating the days of yore, with booths that make you feel like you're wandering through a German village from over a century ago, with old-time booths, unusual offerings, costumed artisans demonstrating historic skills like blacksmithing, or even adding musical flair. Even a historic statue becomes part of the festivities as the hub of a winter festival, complete with a once-a-year outdoor ice skating rink and winter games that bring out the young and the young at heart in the seasonal joy of gathering together outdoors. A surprise sight during our lunch in the Viking Sigyn's dining room docked next door to Cologne and Dusseldorf reminds us that, even on the historic Rhine, new Christmas traditions are still being created today. As we sail north into the Netherlands and the end of our Christmas on the Rhine River cruise, we also participate in some new Christmas traditions for us and our fellow guests aboard the Viking Sigyn. A carol sing-along with the ship's crew and our newfound friends, and a tree trimming party that lets us inscribe our own thoughts and wishes for the season on ornaments, which, by hanging them on the tree, we hope will be shared by one and all.
Until next time on World's Greatest Cruises, wishing you fair winds and following seas.
More information about World's Greatest Cruises and and the ship and ports of call featured in today's program on our website at www.worldsgreatestcruises.com.
World's Greatest Cruises is made possible in part by the Journey community of travel advisors, local business owners with experience cruising and planning cruises. More information at journey.com/cruise.
Next time on World's Greatest Cruises, we're exploring the cultures of some of Europe's Arctic shores. We walk in the footsteps of Vikings in Greenland, discover the artistry of indigenous bone carvers, take to kayaks in the waters where they got their name, taste the quirky cuisine of Iceland, and we participate in one of Polar Expedition cruising's coolest traditions.